How are you?
Good, thanks. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. You guys look amazing. Wow. The lighting there is lighting. That's what we like to see. That's what we like to see. It was great to see both of you just take on such big pivotal roles. I want to start with you, Adwoa, as well. First time seeing you in this. How did you best prepare for your character, your role for this season?
Well, he actually works a lot with the actors on Top Boy, but I want to give a big shout out to Martin Ledwith, who is just the most amazing acting teacher. So he really got me ready for the role. And to be honest, Des Hamilton as well. You know, when that audition came in, he really he doesn't just hand it to you. He really wants you to get the role, to be quite honest. So he doesn't spoon feed you, but he really leaves that space for you to
gives you time.
He gives you time and he gives you energy and he really puts the kind of work into you. And so I prepared for it in that way with the help of those two. But I think nothing really can prepare you for something like this. You know, I think I did my work and I learned my lines, and, you know, some of my scenes are definitely quite emotionally taxing. So I did my research in terms of like, you know, homophobia and just as much as possible try to, I suppose, you know, I have emotional intelligence and I understand you know, feeling like an outsider, and I understand discrimination, you know, to a certain extent. And so I was able to translate that into what Bex was going through. And, you know, there's a responsibility with any character and any sort of story to play it as authentic and honestly as possible. And I think that's the essence of Top Boy. So that was my preparation.
Nice. Very, very nice answer. Saf, I want to come to you next. I feel like over the 2 seasons as well, emotionally, Lauren has just been through a lot. An emotional roller coaster. Like, I feel it for her, particularly this season. And I'm not going to give too much away, but obviously Lauren's we know. Lauren's going through a phase right now that every woman goes through, and it's just one of those ones where, how did you best prepare for Lauren for this season? Because it's like she really has a key role in everything.
I think for me it was, so I'm allowed to obviously mention that I'm in a place where I am pregnant. Well, Lauren is pregnant, and she's in a domestically abusive relationship. So for me, that was such a massive responsibility to have a storyline like that. And, you know, the responsibility meant that I really wanted to make it as truthful and authentic as possible. So I contacted a charity called Refuge, who they are a domestic violence charity for women, and they were so incredibly helpful and great. And, you know, I spoke through the context of my storyline, and so they gave me all this advice, and like they, you know, they educated me. This role educated me with the different aspects, I guess, of what domestic abuse is. It's not always violence, not always physical. And like, you know, what my character goes through is not necessarily violent, but there's so many different layers to it. So I guess, having to teach myself and educate myself and then apply that to the character was a massive challenge, but one that I didn't take lightly. So.
And I think at the end as well, I think Lauren kind of receives a bit of peace at the end. I'm not going to say what exactly happens, but there is a part where her and Jack are in the bath and they come to that closure, and they, you know what I mean? I feel like all the trouble,
and like, you know, you kind of think, thank God, like she deserves some peace. You know, that's all we want for her, because she's been through so much. So yeah, I know which bit you mean, and that is a beautiful moment, and I'm glad that.
Oh, I'm so proud.
And I'm just so glad that we were able to get there.
I think my last question will have to be this. I think I've got a minute left. There's a sisterhood there as well. Obviously, you guys, all 3 of you in the same house, in the same, just working together, working things out. And I think what was so nice to see, or I think what would be an easier question was, how was it like just working with each other in the same space?
Oh, it was we've become such good friends. And like, you know, I'm the newbie and these two were just like angels, to be quite honest. They like took me under their wing. They you know, they were the two people that were like, yeah, that was a great take, you know, and also there's just such phenomenal actors. I mean, what a blessing to have this first role and to be acting alongside these two amazing women. So the whole experience was just mad. It was mega. So yeah.
Congratulations on the both of you. Honestly, I can't wait to see you both again
so
as well. And thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much, Sandy.
Bye.
See you later.